Good day, everyone. How are you all doing today? Hope everyone is doing great, feeling groovy, realizing, of course, that the government really doesn't love you, and also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born is a lie. It is July the 17th of 2025, 8:45 a.m. Mr. Buzz is coming to you from the communist shithole that's known as Ontario, Canada. If you get anything out of this video, all I ask is that you smash the like button so I can get my videos out to more people and they can hear the message that I have for everybody. Today's message is about toxic families and toxic family members. Do you have a toxic family? I bet you at least have some toxic members in that family. Almost guaranteed. Now, one of the biggest things that makes family members toxic is envy, one of the 7 deadly sins. Envy is a dirty emotion. It makes people very evil, actually. And in every family that I've ever known of in my life, definitely in mine, there's lots of envy. There's someone in the family that's doing better, or maybe other people just perceive in the family that that person's favored by people. There's, all kinds of reasons why someone would envy another person in the family. And even though that person is your family member who's envying you, or feels you're getting a better deal than them somehow in the family, or whatever it is they think, it's because that's a family member. Don't think that you don't have to concern yourself with that. Because family members are just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than strangers are. Okay, family members can get really, really envious, really vengeful, and do some real dirty stuff, maybe even secretly behind your back that you never find out it is that person. But family members are definitely something to be concerned with when this takes place, okay? This toxicity. Now, another big thing causes family members to go toxic. CNN and NBC. During COVID, families broke up because, say, one member of the family felt this way about what was going on and pokey pokes and all that, and another family member felt the complete opposite and wanted to buy everything that CNN had to sell them. That can start some pretty nasty altercations, let me tell you. I lost friends. I had people scream and yell at me. I get called names, not in my family, but it's people I knew. Because my family cast me out a long time ago. I have a son I talk to, and I have an aunt that I talk to, and that's it. The rest of the family threw me away a long time ago. They were very toxic, a lot of them. So while it bothered me at the time, it's something you come to terms with after a while, and you go, well, that's the end of the toxicity at least. So mainstream slopaganda, which is all any of those news shows are, including Fox, they're propagandists. They're not journalists. They are masquerading as journalists. They're slopagandists. And they can turn your family members toxic. Literally on CNN, one of them actually did intentionally do that. Told people, do not go to Thanksgiving with your family. Do not call them up and tell them you're having nothing more to do with them. That's literally what she said right on the 6 o'clock news. It's like hard to even believe. That masquerading as a journalist. That's not the job of a journalist, to tell you to fight with your family and have nothing to, and don't go to Thanksgiving, don't celebrate holidays with them anymore. Unbelievable. Some people eat this up. Almost all of the people I've met through this channel, and that's quite a few, I've met a whole bunch of people. Most of them have told me either their husband or their wife or their girlfriend or their parents, their grandparents, somebody is watching CNN straight time and it's twisting their brain cells into pretzels. That's exactly what happens when people watch that slopaganda. And it can result in you having a toxic family. Everybody fighting, everybody. I mean, Donald Trump is the biggest divider ever. And here it's the same thing. We got the liberals versus the conservatives. This two parties. It's actually more than a two-party system, but they're the only two that ever really get in. It goes back and forth, or at least it used to. It seems to stay liberal now because they're cheating their way in every time. But this is what causes lots of family fights. The liberals, the loony leftists, that's what I call them now, because they're not even leftists. They're so far left, they're gone crazy. And they fight with the conservatives. So if you got a conservative in your family, and you got some liberals in your family, they're probably not going to get along at Christmas dinner. You're going to have lots of toxicity, lots of altercations, lots of fighting. You don't need this, folks. You don't need this. Now, I am not here like the wannabe journalist on CNN who told everybody don't celebrate Thanksgiving with your family and all that. That's ridiculous. However, I will say that just because somebody is a family member does not mean you got to put up with their shit, okay? What doesn't serve you, plain and simple. So so many times I've heard, well, they're family, what can you do? I disagree. I totally disagree. When someone is toxic, they're toxic. If they've got too many hours of CNN under their belt and they're listening to every bit of pollution that's coming out of those idiots masquerading as journalists, the CIA assets is what they are. If they've got too many hours of that under their belt, they might be toxic as can be, and you might need to distance yourself from them, at least for a while, until they get their heads screwed on right. Everyone has a very strong opinion these days, and that's fine. Everybody can have whatever opinion they want. But when you start, turning on those close to you, it's because they have a little different viewpoint. That's not intelligent. That's not intelligent at all. And that's what happens. That is what's happening all over the place. The Bible speaks of this. It says that children are going to turn against their parents. That's definitely happening. The schools are making that happen. So there's another reason you might have toxicity in your family. Somebody going to university. If they're going to university, they're not getting an education. They're getting indoctrinated into leftist ideology, Marxist ideology. And that'll make them toxic. Believe me. They teach them to scream and throw tantrums and stomp their feet like little children and talk over people and get a bullhorn and blast it in someone's face. They teach them all that stuff, and then they go home and they do this stuff in their homes with their parents. Unbelievable, the actions of the universities. That's another thing that'll make lots of toxicity in a family. The indoctrination system. I don't call it the education system anymore. It is definitely the indoctrination system. So if you're from one of these families, well, no matter what family you're in, if there's more than two family members you have, somebody's toxic. Out of a family of, say, 40 people, it's including all the aunts and uncles and cousins. Let's say there's 40 people. Probably 15 of them are toxic, if not more. I mean, the ratios aren't good now. People have gone off the deep end. I mean that literally. Human beings have lost their minds to a point. There's something called Wedico that the natives speak of. It's a mind virus that they spoke of long ago and said it was going to hit and it was going to make everybody go pretty much nuts. That's exactly what we got going on. And it's responsible for a lot of family toxicity. A lot of it. My family liked to fight. It's like a pastime. They enjoyed fighting with each other. Get these feuds going. They get on the phone with each other and, this one said this about you, and blah, 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 but I defended you. And the whole time, no, that person saying they defended them, they were talking about them too. They're lying the whole time. Tons of that went on in my family. I eventually told them all, if that's what you're going to do for fun, you're going to have to just count me out. So even before they really threw me away, I didn't have anything to do with that. The family toxicity, no. I stayed away from it, and I recommend you do too. I guess the main point of this video is don't think you are obligated to take someone's abuse or put yourself in a vulnerable situation where they can do harm to you just because they're a family member. It doesn't matter that they're a family member. You get to choose your friends, but you don't get to choose these people. They're just there. Blood relation is important to a point, but not to the point where you put yourself in a bad position just because of blood relation. Okay, that's the main point of this video. So leave me a comment and let me know if you got a toxic family. Tell me your most toxic family story. I want to hear it. And if you got anything out of it, smash the like button for me, and I will see you in the next one. Please don't forget, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.